late game execution.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
So I think it happened last night. It might have been last night or this morning. I don't know. I ain't trying to keep up with NBA preseason just yet. Well, I never do because it's worthless right now. Unless some people want to be crowned as preseason champions. I don't know. But I guess the Lakers got destroyed last night and Bronny James stunk it up. Sounds like what happened last year, did it? But of course, his daddy was not there to play in that game because supposedly he has hurt ass. But he was caught. We can't even say caught, but instead of nursing his hurt ass, this guy was playing and kikiing around with people half his age, around his son's age, on Tuesday. So yeah, but I want to read this to you guys right quick because a subscriber actually brought this up. Peter Pan syndrome is a term used to describe an adult who's socially immature. It refers to the never-growing adults who have reached an adult age but cannot face their adult sensations or responsibilities. The term is a metaphor based on the concept of not growing up and being trapped in childhood. Individuals with Peter Pan syndrome display behaviors associated with immaturity and reluctance to grow up. They have difficulties in social and professional relationships because of their irresponsible behaviors and narcissistic properties. While it has often only been associated with males in the past, it can affect anyone regardless of sex or gender. The term has been used informally by both lay people and some professionals since the 1983 publication of the Peter Pan Syndrome, Men Who Had Never Grown Up, by Dr. Dan Keeley. While Peter Pan syndrome is not recognized by the WHO, World Health Organization, is not listed in a diagnosis of statistical manual of mental disorders, it has a significant overlap with narcissistic personality disorder. Individuals with NPD exhibit a similar pattern of selfishness. However, they also tend to hold a much higher degree of self-importance and entitlement. The characteristics of Peter Pan syndrome is a psychological term individuals find it more difficult growing up, like we said before. Signs in relationships. Individuals might have difficulties maintaining healthy romantic relationships. That includes struggling to express their emotions, listen to their partner, and play an equal role in the relationship. Individuals may place an unfair burden on their partner, avoiding everyday adult responsibilities and decision making. While Peter Pan syndrome is characterized by issues maintaining long-term relationships, individuals also experience a strong fear of loneliness and rely heavily on their parents and family. Work-related signs. People with Peter Pan syndrome tend to struggle with job and career goals. This is because of difficulties with responsibilities commitment. They may make little or real effort to find a job and have a pattern of job loss due to a lack of efforts, targeting, skipping work, or leaving job frequently when they feel bored, challenged, or stressed, or trying to avoid criticism. Individuals show a pattern, signs and attitude, mood, and behavior. Individuals show a pattern of unreliability, narcissistic tendencies characterized by preoccupation with self-image, of personal needs and desires. They have no interest in personal growth and often blame others for their mistakes and avoiding negative evaluation. They are easily irritated, have difficulties controlling impulsive behavior, especially when facing stressful situations. To escape difficult feelings of responsibility, they might turn to substance abuse. Since Peter Pan syndrome is not a clinical diagnosis, there are no set guidelines of how to manage the behavior and feelings of an individual. It is likely that the patients are not aware of how this is affecting them and others. Treatment for Peter Pan syndrome depends on underlying issues. Therapy will be an essential component in addressing this phenomenon, as it offers a safe space to the individuals to explore their past experiences and emotional patterns. By delving into childhood experiences, therapists can help patients gain insight on how these factors influence their development, contribute to the importance of adult responsibilities. Therapy might assist individuals in developing coping strategies and ultimately foster a healthier sense of self and autonomy. Now, of all that I said in that, who does that sound like to you? Oh, of course. Sounds like LeBron James. Work-related signs. Skipping work. Leaving jobs frequently. Skipped out of training camp, make up some BS injury. Allegedly, they're going to hang out with Kai Sinai and a bunch of kids. Signs and attitude, mood, and behavior. We all seen it over the last couple of years, especially the last 6, 7, 8 years. Symptoms often blame others for mistakes, avoiding negative evaluation. Preoccupied with self-image. That sounds like LeBron James. Blame others. Others have been blamed. Russell Westbrook has been one of them. There's been plenty of dudes have been blamed for shortcomings within LeBron James's career, or I should say the teams that LeBron James has been on. Westbrook being one of them. He can't get into the league now. Another one has been in the past. Chris Bosh, at times D'Angelo Russell, Darvin Ham. Everybody gets to blame except for this guy. Preoccupation with with self-image. The fact that he has to go around calling himself the GOAT. There you go. And also, Peter Pan syndrome, as I said earlier, could be possibly connected to narcissistic personality disorder, which LeBron James had. I think, of course, I'm not a doctor, of course, but I personally think LeBron James has a narcissistic personality disorder. I think he really does. He's very self-centered. Like I said, he goes around calling himself the GOAT and only thinks about himself. Now, signs in relationships, like friendships-wise, yeah. He treats his friends, supposed friends, like crap. Now, I don't know how it is with him and his wife. We don't know. We don't know. But the fact that this guy is obsessed with youth and hanging out with people half his age is just crazy to me. I think once I get to 40, a couple of years, I don't want to deal with dudes early in their 20s. I didn't want to deal with people making friends with people in their 20s when I was in my 20s. It comes a certain age when it's like a cutoff limit when you don't deal with people that's younger than you, due to maturity issues and, of course, generation lapses and gaps too as well. LeBron James is a millennial, born in '84. Most of these dudes he's probably hanging out with or born late 1990s, early 2000s, mid 2000s. Probably even some, who knows, late 2000s. That's crazy. Kai Sinai, how old is he? In his mid 20s, probably. So that making anywhere from born in 1999 and somewhere in the 2000s, early 2000s. Example, for me at least, I dealt with a woman who was in her early 20s last year. And let me tell you, it's annoying to deal with. And I don't deal with her anymore because she has some growing up to do. I have not seen this, and I know this is technically a new phenomenon in today's society, but out of all the NBA superstars, at least, we have various superstars in the league. Even though superstar is used vaguely now, and used too much. We got KD, LeBron, okay, I guess, Steph, maybe Giannis, maybe Luka, maybe Jokic, maybe SGA. People like that, right? I don't see, outside of LeBron, I don't see any of them skipping training camp to go hang out with some 20-year-olds on the stream. Now, I have seen Giannis and KD hang out with ISO Speed, but that was during the off season. They're not skipping training camp to go do that. Now, if you want to go back to even 20 years ago, I don't see any superstar doing that. I don't see Kobe doing that because he's straight laser focused. I don't see KG doing that. I don't see Paul Pierce doing that. I don't see Tim Duncan doing that. AI doing that. Well, think about Kobe and AI, they was making rap albums too, but still, they're not hanging out with people half their age on a stream. They wouldn't do that during the NBA season. And I'm not even going to go back another 30, 40 years because those were men back then. Real men. There's a time to have fun and there's a time to act serious. And LeBron James just does not have it. And like I said before, if you want to go be celebrity, go be celebrity. Stop wasting the Lakers' time. And most people that have seen or heard videos from that are talking about this event that LeBron James did earlier this week, most of them said this is like in retaliation to the Lakers picking Luka. Well, duh, LeBron. Luka is a 26-year-old and his prime NBA player. You're on your way out. It should have been out years ago now. You were 40, about to be 41 in 2 months. Of course the Lakers are prioritized over you, which any smart team would do. So taking pictures at the Clippers practice facility or the Cavs practice facility is childish, churlish. Once again, Peter Pan. This man has not grown up. Not to say that once you reach the age of 35 and up, can indulge in video games and all that other stuff. My dad was still playing video games up until he is still playing video games every once in a while. But I'm just saying, hanging out with people in early 20s and all that stuff. Nah, I think eventually by the time I get 40, I want to stop doing that. It's time to do things different. It's time to move differently. It's time to act differently. Act mature. This is just not him hanging out with 20-year-olds. This is just him in general. The way he acts, his behavior. His behavior is of a freaking teenage girl. He acts just like these freaking Gen Z YNs. They act like freaking teenage girls and they're very emotional. Can't control their emotions. Want to crash out. But anyways, that's all I got to say about it. That's my last video about this thing. I know his fans probably won't get what I'm saying. and they fit the bill. And every immaturity, but that will go right over their heads because they're too dumb to realize.